Hello Scribblers! This tutorial is going to cover basic formatting for your finished manuscript. Setting up your manuscript using these formatting tips will help make it more easily readable for your betas, CPs, or agents. Remember, these instructions are only a basic guide. If you're sending to an agent or editor, check to see if they have any specific formatting requests and be sure to follow them. Also, I'll be demonstrating using Microsoft Word, but for the most part, these directions will carry over into Google Docs or Apple Pages. In this section, we're going to talk about spacing, font size and style, and your margins. You can either set these options before you begin typing, or you can select your entire text and apply them after. If you're going to apply it after, you can use Control-A to automatically select your entire document. You'll want to keep your text selected as you adjust the spacing, font size, and font style. To adjust the spacing, you'll go to your taskbar and click on the three lines with the up and down arrow next to it. This is your line and paragraph spacing. You'll then choose 2 from the drop-down menu. If you've hit the Enter key more than once anywhere in your text, you'll need to find it and delete those extra spaces. To change the font size and style, you'll go to your taskbar where the default font is noted. It's usually Arial or Calibri. From the drop-down menu, you'll choose Times New Roman. Immediately to the right of this is your font size. The default size is often set to size 11. You'll want to change it to 12. Once you've made these 3 changes, you'll want to click anywhere in your document to unselect all your text. Now let's adjust your margins. Your default setting should already be at 1 inch. To check on this, first go to Layout. Then choose Margins on the left side of the screen. You'll see several options come up. The normal should already be selected, and you'll see it says 1 inch for the top, bottom, left, and right. If you do need to adjust these to meet specific submission requirements, you can choose one of the defaults if they fit, or you can set custom margins. Custom margins are at the bottom of the drop-down menu. On this screen, you'll adjust your top, bottom, left, and right margins. Make sure you have it set to apply to the whole document and then hit OK. Your manuscript is going to need a basic heading before you send it off into the world. To do this, you'll start by going to Insert. Once you've brought up this taskbar, you'll choose Page Number and then Top of Page, Plain Number 3. This will automatically insert page numbers into the upper right corner of your document. Be careful here. If you accidentally delete a number and type it back in, all of your pages will now be that number. Headers are designed to copy the exact same information to every page of your document. If this happens, you'll have to delete everything in your header and start over again. Once your page number is in the header, click into your header and put your cursor on the left side of the number. Now you're going to type in your manuscript title and your last name. You'll type these in all caps and separate them with a hyphen. The font size and style will also need to be changed to Times New Roman size 12. Our next formatting item is setting your first line indent. This means that each time you hit the Enter key, your first line will automatically indent. To do this, you're going to start at the Home taskbar. Then you'll go over to the paragraph and spacing icon. It's the one with all the lines and the up and down arrow to the left, the same one we used to adjust it to double spacing. Once you click on the icon, you'll choose the line spacing options towards the bottom. You'll go to the special drop-down menu and choose First Line. This should automatically set to 0.5, but if it doesn't, you can adjust that here. This will automatically indent the first line of each of your paragraphs. Please note that industry standard does not use an indent on the first line or paragraph of a chapter, so we have to go back and manually change these. New chapters are often started 1/3 to 1/2 down a page. It's up to you what you want to do. Just try to be consistent. I recommend counting how many enters you have before a chapter heading and duplicating that for each chapter. So that's 4 spaces, 4 enters, and that would be where I would start my new chapter. Whether you use chapter headers, titles, or numbers, it's best to center them to alert the reader that something new is happening. It's up to you whether you style your chapter headings in all caps or only capitalize the first letter. Page breaks will be your best friend in helping to keep chapters separate from each other. This is something that's best to add as you go rather than to go back and insert them once you've finished your manuscript. When you've finished your chapter and you're ready to start a new one, instead of hitting enter a gazillion times to get to the next page, go to the Insert tab on your taskbar, and then to the far left you'll see where it says Page Break. Click on that and we'll automatically send you to the next page. Now, if you go back and add or delete things to that chapter, the page break will automatically adjust to keep your next chapter starting on a separate page. Our final 2 tips will cue your readers into what's happening in your story. When you have a scene break, you'll want to use a single hashtag centered on the page. More elaborate scene breaks might be utilized in your published manuscript, but for your draft, this is the easiest option to ensure the reader understands it's a time jump or scene break. Likewise, you should type "The End" at the end of your manuscript. This should also be centered and should be in all caps. This lets the reader know that the story, at least this portion, is over and they shouldn't be looking for more pages. This is especially important if your manuscript ends on a cliffhanger. Remember, always check an agent or editor's submission requirements and follow them as they might differ from these. Following these basic formatting guidelines will help your readers focus on the important things, your brilliant writing and amazing characters. That's all, scribblers. Format those manuscripts and let the world read your stories.